Hey, if you're listening to this channel message, it's definitely for you because my channel is very new and I don't expect many people to be watching this message at all. So if it's found you somehow, it's definitely for you. So I just sort of had to stop work to relay this message. Just sort of have to do that. Sometimes it comes in and it's in my mind, it's fresh. I've left it. At other times I'm like, oh, I've lost it now. So just stop work, just to relay the message. But what the message was coming through to as, oh my gosh, I find it so hard to actually speak sometimes when they're in the energy, like proper language. So I've been teaching a slow moving meditation, and the channel message that was coming through is that this is for people that can feel that this shift is happening, this energetic shift, this awakening, the remembering of who we are and what we're capable of. And if you have an underlying knowing that there's something that you could be doing to help your progression, to help you move forward through this, and you feel a bit stuck, you feel a bit like you're trying things but it's not really working for you, especially if you're trying just meditation, just the normal forms of meditation, either whether that just be true meditation where you're going into awareness and going beyond the mind. I know personally I find that quite difficult to do because my mind likes to think and think and think, and that's the whole point. That's the process. You got to be aware of your thoughts and then come into awareness of your thoughts, and then the gap gets bigger and bigger, and you go more and more into awareness. I find that quite difficult. You might find that quite difficult as well, and that's why I've channeled in this slow moving meditation. It brings you into the present moment, and it sort of develops your ability to be aware in yourself. And the good thing about this meditation is you won't fall asleep, and that's another big issue because, and this is a part of the channel message, sorry, there's a little bit to it, so I might be a bit like here, there and everywhere, but just stay with me. When you bring in your soul essence, I'm just going to call it your soul essence. It could be energy imprint, it could be your consciousness, however you want to relay that. I'm just going to say soul essence though. The body is, in my mind, it's like a organic machine, and that's an analogy, but it's just how you can look at it, right? And so when you've been in your mind, like we've all been trained to be in our mind through the schooling system and through this whole work system, we're very much in this past and future mindset. We're not really ever present right here, right now, and in the beingness of life, right? That's not how we're programmed to function. So when we're in the mind or in our ego identity or in our persona, where our energy is going out of us. We're not in us. Where our energy is going into what I would call the etheric, right? And it's just sending out, right? It's not staying within us. And so what that does to this this body is it trains it to exist at a lower capacity, a lower just a lower capacity. And if you can imagine, I'm going to use a lot of analogies, it's easier to explain it this way. But if you can imagine a phone, right, and it's only got 2G functionality, right, and you're trying to download a movie, it's gonna have a really hard time doing that. It's going to take a long time, and it's going to put the phone under a bit of stress because it's downloading a high HD movie. It's a lot of information to come in. And so, and then if you have like a 4G or 5G phone that has that capability, that movie is going to just come in seamlessly, effortlessly, right? Our bodies are quite the same with information. And when we haven't worked on our nervous system, what's receiving the information coming in. If we haven't built up a strength in our nervous system, it can be quite challenging for the body to receive all the information coming in. And when you tap into your soul essence, and when you become into being, right, your energy imprint is coming into the body and needs to be received as well, right? And I think that's when you go into meditation and you go beyond the mind and you come into the awareness, the soul essence, which is just sort of another layer, it can come through. And if your body isn't capable of receiving that much information, we tap out. And that's why people they fall asleep. And it's a big practice just to stay alert in meditation without drifting off or without going into thought. So the other thing is going into thought, right? What that is doing is your body is starting to, like, you may have entered into being or into the awareness for just a tiny second, right? Maybe 2 or 3 seconds. And the information, the inner information coming through and out of you is so strong that the body has to be like, I'm tripping circuits here, like this information's so much. So what it does is it goes into impulsive thoughts to bring you back out of that awareness and back into the state of awareness that it can capacitate, right? And this is why I think meditation can be so difficult for people, and even for myself. So the reason I'm sort of talking about this is when you do the slow moving meditation, it refines and builds strength in your nervous system. And you literally will experience physical repercussions of this, of seeing benefits. So like your reflexes get better, your ability to handle the exterior world becomes more seamless and graceful. Like when stressful situations happen, you don't get impacted so hard. It's just like, oh, this is just happening. Okay, what do I want to do with this situation? You have more space to actually come to the situation at hand, and you actually gain more space just to be in it. Because when a situation that's stressful happens, it's like, how can I get out of this, right? And that's what the mind does best. It tries to work itself out. It tries to work out the situation to escape the situation. And so that's not really taking responsibility for the situation itself. So when you can be in the situation and not have to work out a way to escape the situation, that's when the situation, or that whatever you're manifesting into your life, because it's all coming from you, you're harmonically positioned in this reality through your being. So if you've got stuff coming up on a regular basis, it means that there's a harmonic belief system within you that is moving you in this reality to those situations to manifest, so that you can see what you have going on inside. It's just a reflection. So when you can see the situation and you can actually be in awareness within it, then you can become aware of whatever belief system. You can inquire. You can say, why is this coming up for me again? And you can inquire or look into it, or just be there with it. Just be there with it and witness it. Just witness it. That's the real potency of the work, is when you really just allow your mind to stop trying to fixate on it, to fix the problem, to work it out is the key. You just stop trying to work it out and just witness it. You just witness. And then as you're witnessing it, you're witnessing your reactions, you're witnessing where your mind goes, you're witnessing the response that you have or the reaction that you have. And then you can see how that's playing out with the other or with the world around you. And you get to really be there as the witness of that all. And in witnessing it, it transforms, transmutes, it's alchemy. It then allows it to live out its process and dissolve. And then once the dissolving happens, it's almost an acknowledgement of that you had the belief system in place which kept bringing it to you, for one. And then you've witnessed the belief system that you have and what type of results that belief system brings to you. And without having any preconditioned ideas of fixing this belief system, you've just observed it as the witness, so it can dissolve, because the belief system isn't real. And the beliefs, what's sort of happening is the witness is the truth, right? And the truth witnesses all the illusion. I'm not going to call it a non-truth because it is a part of the journey, but it witnesses the illusion and sees it as it is. It sees it as the truth that it is, which is not real. It's just a part of this whole thing that we're in. And then it can dissolve. It's no longer needed. It's been seen, it's dissolved. And this may, there might be like a spectrum of this belief, and you might have to take out parts of that spectrum at a time, or you might hit the core of the belief, which is like, people that do inquiry, they really work their way to the core of the belief. And then once they hit the core and they sort of witness that, then the core's dissolved, and then that won't really come up for them again, because they really did the work on seeing it truly. So I'm going to wrap it all full circle and then end this off, because it's starting to go for a while. Doing the slow moving meditation is just a practice that allows your nervous system to strengthen. And when your nervous system strengthens, that means it has a high capacity to receive information. And when you go into meditation and into beingness, then your soul essence information comes through, and your body can capacitate that information, and it can capacitate the beingness of being in the now, which is the highest information load that you can receive. And I feel that when you're receiving this high information load and you can capacitate it, actually raises your vibration to a different state. And I feel that state is when you start to feel joy and love and peace. It's at those higher frequencies. But firstly, you've got to do some work. So that's the bridge. You do have to do some work to be able to start to capacitate these things. And for me, what I personally do is a combination of a good diet, I do exercise, and I do the slow moving meditation, and I practice meditation, which is just awareness meditation. And I do that through scanning and then just being in my body. So I'm just going to end this channel here. If you do resonate with this message, it would be great if you could subscribe and give it a thumbs up, just to help this channel grow. I'm going to keep sending through these messages as I get them. And it's really helpful if you resonate, if you subscribe and like, because then I'll reach more people. And I'm also going to be doing teaching how to do the slow moving meditation. So if you're wondering about that, I've already put a video up which sort of describes it, but I'll be doing more videos that shorten it down a bit, so that you don't have to watch like a really long video to learn how to do it. And I'm just going to keep working with this. So if you like this message, please like and subscribe, and I will be continuing to spread the message. Right.